What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with the second half of this opening double Leonard Cohen reaction for a deep dive that indeed has been waiting quite a while. We're going through his Future, or rather The Future album 1992, and the second track is Waiting for the Miracle, which I understand proceeds very naturally from the first tune, which was intense and apocalyptic and seemingly very dark, maybe even pessimistic, but also like biblical and seemingly part of a metaphysical story. And in that regard, the second track is Waiting for the Miracle. I do note the use of the definitive article the rather than a miracle, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is more biblical framing, even if it can be interpreted in a more secular way or on multiple levels. And in that regard, I wonder if it is about a second coming or some millenarian vision, some teleological vision, or whether it's holding out hope in the face of increasingly dark possibilities or eventualities. So yes, let's give it a listen. This is Leonard Cohen. The tune is Waiting for the Miracle, and it's the second track on his 1992 album, The Future.
Baby, I've been waiting night and day. I didn't see the time. I waited half my life away. There were lots of invitations. I know you sent me some, but I was waiting for the miracle to come. I know you really love me, but you see my hands were tied. I know it must have hurt you. It must have hurt your pride to have to stand beneath my window with your bugle and your drum, and me, I'm up there waiting for the miracle to come. Yeah, I do believe you'd like it. You wouldn't like it here. There ain't no entertainment, and the judgments are severe. The maestro says it's Mozart, but it sounds like bubble gum when you're waiting for the miracle to come.
Waiting for the miracle. There's nothing left to do.
I haven't been this happy since the end of World War II. Nothing left to do when you know that you've been taken. Nothing left to do when you're begging for a crumb. Nothing left to do when you got to go on waiting for the miracle to come. about you, baby. It was just the other night. Most of you was naked, but some of you was lame. The sands of time were falling from your fingers and your thumb. And you were waiting for the miracle, for the miracle to come. Yeah, baby, let's get married. We've been alone too long. Let's be alone together. Let's see if we're that strong. Yeah, let's do something crazy, something absolutely wrong. While we're waiting for the miracle to come. Nothing left to do when you know you've been taken. Nothing left to do when you're begging for a crumb. Nothing left to do when you got to go on waiting.
Waiting for the miracle to come.
When you're falling on the highway, when you're lying in the rain, and they ask you how you're doing, of course you say you can't complain. If you're squeezed for information, that's when you got to play it dumb. You just sail out there waiting for the miracle to come.
Somehow, like, very mellow and epic at the same time, and he seems to be a masterful storyteller, and yet the couple tunes I've now heard, well, technically three, but the two that have started this album, it's like there's scenes being painted, feelings being described, and yet it seems like there's metaphor and abstraction and perhaps specific references that are larger than the particulars of the visuals and experiences being described. And again, his voice, it just has, it's gentle, but it's so deep and powerful that it is arresting, and you can feel like the wisdom and experience in it. So, okay, lyrically, I'll try to start with this one. It feels like it is waiting for the miracle more in terms of hope, but maybe hope that is hopeful, meaning like it seems unlikely that salvation, and you could take that more metaphysically or more colloquially, the idea of finding a crumb, or the idea of making it or surviving, or getting what you need is unlikely. It feels like it's improbable, and somehow you're kind of waiting not for logic, not for something that seems very achievable through, physical, empirical results, but something where you need more or less divine intervention or a supernatural, magical outcome that is probably not on the way. It feels like that is the essence of waiting for the miracle. And it feels like there's parts where you're saying like he's waiting for the miracle, and there's another part where you're saying like you're waiting for the miracle. So it feels like, again, this may have specific narrative characteristics, but seemingly applies more broadly, or is being used as allegory or metaphor or a broader application than the particulars of the story. But yeah, I mean, there's like references to, he's up in the window, like waving, and the person down below having to swallow their pride, using their bugle and their drum. And again, talking about things that have happened since, like World War II, and scrounging to get by and looking for crumbs. So yeah, it feels like it is both real world and also maybe metaphysical. And again, it feels a bit pessimistic, even as it's like holding out hope at the same time. So yeah, a very compelling tune to the degree I can understand it thematically. And again, all the sonic touches, there's like a woodwind, very beautiful melodic lead. I don't know if that's like an oboe or something, but it feels like that's the type of instrument. It almost felt like pipes at one point, but I think it is a woodwind. And then it's again a bit of an acoustic guitar, I think. There's also like, I think, some cellos providing support, and this constant moving, not marching, but persistent rhythm and percussive drive to the tune, and his voice, very deep and at the bottom of everything, and with a very compelling sound. Again, like you're listening to some wise individual who's been through a lot and is trying to impart knowledge, but in poetic, cryptic manner. So yeah, a really compelling tune, and I do wonder about the specifics. I imagine over time I will maybe get a better sense of his use of phrasing and poetry and spiritual references, historical references, and so on. But yeah, just kind of overwhelmed by it all. Once again, do let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.